What's up, everybody? It's your favorite. Is this our last Megatron's favorite nerd? And today we are looking at the DX9. What is this thing called? War in Pocket Mightron. So the same as their other one, name-wise. And it's pretty cool. I like the gun mode a lot. It really works well. This is on loan to me from Baltimore Brandon. I usually go from box to alt mode, however it comes in the box, to the alternative mode. But he gave this to me in gun mode, and if I transform it back to robot mode and get it back in box safely, it's done. And I've done really well with Megatron figures on loan to me, not breaking them. So we're going from alt mode to robot mode today.
He's gonna break it.
And that is my support system. So with that being said, it's good. The different types of black plastics really does break it up and make it look interesting. The silver looks great. It's a phenomenal piece in alt mode, I must say. It works. We're gonna see if a couple other things work, and then we're gonna get going. That is Toy World's Devastator holding Megatron. Now, it's not the prettiest, and he's not really holding it properly, but I just messed with it for a bit. I'm sure if you messed with it for a while, you could pull something out of it where it does look cool and interesting. So I just wanted to let you know that option is available to you. Okay, so let's get it transformed. You can take this piece out. It just slides up and in. You can close it around these clips here, but it does pop out fairly easily. Not like it's going to pop out while you're playing with it, but to get it out, you can just really lever it out. Take that off. Take this off, then you're left with just the pistol. And of course, once these pieces are off, you can kind of do the signature G1 kind of thing. You fold that bit down, and then you can have this sitting up on top. I don't know if there's, I guess, screw down. No, yep, that's how I would do it. And then put this there, and then he has the little stand cannon to kind of stand behind and hold if this is your thing. Never been mine, but if it is yours, they did include it, so that was thoughtful of them. And you want to split this, which is not, oh god, come on, baby. don't fail me. And you want to open this up. Let's split this too. There we go. So I hope you can see what I'm doing there. And open this up here. It's a little tight, but you want to be able to get this foot down and spin it around, and then you just close the panels on top of each other and close it up, and same for this side, which can be a bit trickier depending on where you have all the other pieces, but you can maneuver it with little to no issue and do it. And that's one layer. Let me see what the front there. And then you just do the same thing over here, closing this one. Get a little bit of space, bring the foot out, spin it around. Come on, girl. It's like being at a crowded party and trying to maneuver through. Close that up. And those are your legs done. Next, you want to bring this piece down here.
Daddy, you forgot.
You can fold this up. I don't need that.
Why?
It's because it doesn't go to this.
No.
Fold this up, and then bring this around, and you can fold the trigger up. And that's prep work for the next stage. Which brings us to the arms, which do pose a bit of a headache. But you want to fold this one down. That's closest to this trigger guard here. You can spin this out of the way. Come on, girl. And you need to fold this all the way back around. And as you do so, actually, you can manipulate this. The top part of the chest is on this hinge, so you can move it a little bit, which gets you clearance. Now, there we go. There. And then this piece hinges up to put the arm in place. And you can fold that down, bring down the hand. I really need to put that phone on vibrate. It's going to drive me nuts. Alright, and then you can do the same thing for this side, just in order to get it out. Ugh. There's probably an easier way to do that, but I'm not that familiar with this unit, and sorry, basically. And then this folds up as well. Actually, you gotta. This is on a hinge here, and then this folds up, and then you can spin the arm around, and that will put that in place. But we can't. This whole bar slides in. We just can't do that quite yet. All right, so then you got to get this piece flipped around. That worked real easy that time, but I just practiced it a few times. But that flips in there, and then you can accordion this together, not unlike the Maketoys one, which I did find ironic. Which brings us to this piece, which seems like it's going to be a major pain, but this piece here has to flip up. Alright, so I got it. I used the little hook of a nail clipper and just kind of held this piece apart. You can see there's a little gap in there, and did it the best I could without causing any damage. It's just not the best design. So flip the head around to the opposite side, and then you can spin his head and then close it back down. And now that the chest cavity is empty, you can flip this piece up here, fold the barrel up, bring over the trigger guard and flip that up, and then collapse that and collapse this arm, and that is him, I believe. Let me double check, clean him up, open this arm up a little bit, and take a look. While in robot mode, you can use one of a few accessories, including his lightsaber from the movie, you know, to stab Optimus Prime in. So he holds that just well. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but he holds it. Also the gun that he shot Prime with while holding Hot Rod. Once again, not the prettiest. It is a good likeness sculpt-wise, but translucent purple is not exactly, I don't think, what most people want. Or you can have him holding the mace, and it kind of works like it's just the mace hand, but it's not perfect. I would be very careful with this, however, because it is a very thin piece of translucent plastic that you have to work with. Alright, so we'll talk about that. The head is on a swivel, as you saw. That has a whole silver finish throughout that does look nice, and then the eyes are painted black and then red over top, and it looks spectacular. Face sculpt is, I think, fair. But yeah, overall fine. No waist swivel. This is problematic. It doesn't lock in, at least for me. Shoulders on a ball peg, so you get the swivel all the way around, and a little bit of outward movement. You can move this out to get you a little bit of leeway there, but not much. You get a bicep swivel, 90-degree elbow with red paint on the inside. That looks nice. And then a wrist swivel as well, I believe. Maybe not. It looks like you should, because it looks like a mushroom peg, but it's really tight, and I'm not going to stress it. I've gotten this far without breaking it. I'm going to try to continue the good trend. Same for the other side. No waist swivel, as we talked about. T-jointed ball joints for hips. They get you forward to there, back to there, and full Van Damme. So no issues there. And thigh swivel. Knees are on a single hinge, getting you 90 degrees, and then feet are on a ball peg that's also on a hinge, so you get an ankle tilt and the slightest bit of a rocker on that ball peg. And I guess an ankle swivel too. All the paint detailing in there looks good, and the back is not the prettiest, but it's not the ugliest either. And that is this fella. I'll see if I have any other Legends class figures to put him with. I'm not sure that I do. And we'll move on. So there he is with a Hasbro Legends class figure and Iron Factory. Now, Iron Factory tend to go a bit on the small side, so I don't think he really works well for that blaster, but I think he works okay for that Power Glide. I mean, technically, I guess that Power Glide is a bit big, but I don't think it's problematic seeing them next to each other like that. I think it's relatively fine. Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negatives first. So the transformation is not the smoothest rather, neither is my language apparently, but the transformation is not the smoothest, mainly due to having to flip that neck piece up, and also the bars on the arms. Now, there's probably a better way to do it than the way that I did it, especially for this arm, but I'm not that familiar with it, and I was just trying to do the best that I can. Let's talk about other issues. We got all that kibble on the back, and we have lack of articulation with possibly wrists. Let's check this one. Same tightness, and also no waist swivel, and on the back we got a fair bit of kibble, and also I didn't show this, but this does peg on, but it's not a tight connection at all. And those are the negatives. The positives are in a stoic stance, the sculpt is great. The transformation is pretty intricate for being so small, and it does work fairly well. You're left with a couple leftover pieces sitting on his back, but for the most part it cleans up fairly well and works fairly well for being a figure of this size. I think that if you just wanted a Legends class figure of Megatron for a Legends class shelf, and you wanted to kind of just having him standing straight ahead, that he'd be fine. I'm not a Legends collector, so it's hard for me to recommend or not recommend. I don't even know really what the other options are. I just got a chance to mess with the Generation Toy one yesterday. I have it, I just haven't put it together yet, so I can't really say which one is better, but hopefully I'll get a chance to take a look at that and give you a solid answer in the future. But this, as it is not bad. Just know the things that end up being troublesome are the cannon is loose on the arm, all the back kibble, there's some limited articulation that's going to not be able to allow you to pose them as fluidly as you would like, and there's some transformation difficulties. Outside of that, it's pretty good. I don't have, it's not for me, but it's not the worst thing I've ever looked at, not by a long shot. It's decent. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, until next time, take care.